Chapter 1. The Boy Who Drew the Wind. The heat in Lagos didn't just sit on you. It leaned. It was a humid, heavy Saturday afternoon. The air smelled of roasting corn, diesel fumes from the yellow Danfo buses, and the sharp, salty tang of the nearby lagoon. In the neighborhood park, dust kicked up in orange clouds as 20 boys chased a deflated football, screaming in a mix of Yoruba and Pidgin English. Supo Adelaide sat alone on a rusted swing set, his back to the game. He wasn't interested in football. The chaotic movement of the ball bothered him. It was random. It was messy. He preferred the sky. He held a crumpled piece of brown wrapping paper on his lap and a stub of charcoal he had found near a food seller's stall. He looked up, squinting against the harsh Nigerian sun. To anyone else, the sky was filled with impending rain. Massive dark cumulonimbus clouds were piling up on the horizon, towering like bruised mountains. But Supo didn't see mountains. He saw math. He didn't know the words for it yet. Fractals, recursive geometry, self-similarity. But his brain understood the rules. He saw how the large curve of the cloud repeated itself in smaller and smaller curves along the edge. He saw the golden ratio spiraling outward from the center of the storm front. It's not a shape, Supo thought, his charcoal moving furiously across the paper. It's a loop. It's the same shape over and over again, just smaller. His hand moved with a precision that shouldn't have belonged to a 10-year-old. He wasn't drawing the cloud. He was decoding it. That does not look like a cloud. The voice startled him. Supo froze, clutching the paper to his chest. A man was standing over him. He was tall, wearing a paint-stained vest and holding the sketchbook. He had been sketching the children playing football, but now he was looking at Supo. The man crouched down. "May I?" Supo hesitated, then slowly turned the paper over. The artist looked at the charcoal drawing. He tilted his head. He looked up at the sky, then back at the drawing. His eyes went wide. "You drew the wind," the artist whispered. "You didn't draw the fluff. You drew the force that holds it together." He looked at Supo, really looked at him. "How old are you, small man?" 10, sir." The artist laughed, a sound of pure disbelief. 10. Michelangelo was making mud pies at 10. You are seeing the bones of the world. Just then, a horn honked from the street. "Supo!" Supo looked up. His father, Mr. Adelaide, was walking toward them. He wore a white shirt that had been mended at the collar and trousers that were polished but frayed at the hem. He looked tired, the kind of tired that comes from teaching mathematics to disinterested teenagers for 12 hours a day, but his smile was bright. "I hope my son is not disturbing you, sir," Mr. Adelaide said, resting a hand on Supo's shoulder. "Disturbing me." The artist stood up. "Sir, your son is a prodigy. Look at this." He handed the brown paper to Mr. Adelaide. Supo's father looked at the charcoal swirls. He didn't look confused. He looked recognized. He was a mathematician, after all. He saw the geometry. "It is beautiful," Mr. Adelaide said softly. He looked at Supo with a mixture of pride and sadness. He knew what it cost to be different in a world that valued conformity. The artist tore a clean sheet of high-quality paper from his own sketchbook. He handed it to Supo, along with a real 2B pencil. "Keep drawing," the artist said. "Don't let anyone tell you the sky is just white. You see the colors they miss." The artist tipped his imaginary hat and walked away, disappearing into the chaos of the market. Mr. Adelaide watched him go. He looked down at Supo, who was staring at the new pencil as if it were a bar of gold. "Come," Mr. Adelaide said. "We are going to the bookshop." "But Papa," Supo said, clutching his father's hand as they walked toward the bus stop. "Rent is due on Monday. Mama said we have no money for extras." Mr. Adelaide stopped. He knelt down in the dust, ignoring the stain on his trousers. He framed Supo's face in his hands. "There are things we need to live, Supo, like food and shelter," his father said. "And there are things we need to be alive. Your gift, that is life." They went to the bookshop. Mr. Adelaide bought a hardcover drawing pad and a set of 12 colored pencils. It cost the equivalent of 2 days' food. Supo held the book to his chest. It smelled of fresh paper and possibility. "Do you think I can be as good as that artist?" Supo asked, looking up at his father. Mr. Adelaide smiled. It was the smile Supo would remember for the rest of his life, through the poverty, the hunger, and the fire of the years to come. "I think you can be better if you genuinely want it," Mr. Adelaide said, tapping Supo's chest. The artist sees the picture. You see the equation that makes the picture possible." He stood up and took Supo's hand. "Now let's go home, before the sky realizes you stole its secrets." Above them, the clouds broke. The rain began to fall, not in chaotic drops, but in perfect vertical lines.